Hey everybody, welcome back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith and this is
Luke Smith.
This is another one of our sort of informal episodes. We're not really going to be teaching you how to play a game or anything here. We're between series and we were setting up to play this game here and I thought, well, maybe I'll turn the camera on and show you a little bit of what it is. And what is it? Well, some of you might recognize it. It is the game Heroscape. This game is out of print, actually, so it's not something you can run out and buy in the store. Although you may find some pieces for it still in the stores. I've noticed it in a couple local stores around here. And it's certainly something you can pick up on eBay pretty easily. And it's a miniatures game. And this is actually the first miniatures game I bought for our family, for Andrea when she was little. I had the first edition. This is the second sort of big box release. And I had the first one. And I don't think she really took to it all that much. So we didn't play a lot of it. I actually ended up selling that original, which is a real shame. And then Luke came along, and I thought, well, maybe he'd like it. So when they released this version, I picked it up, and we've played it off and on. And I just thought I'd show you a little bit about it, because it's a really interesting miniatures game. One of the things about miniatures games is that it usually requires a fair bit of work to get into. You have to build terrain. Well, that's what we're doing right here. The game actually comes with all of these big plastic pieces that have the spaces you move on right on them here. They're these hexes, right? And so the game's sort of like Lego. You put them together either as it's written in the book, which provides you with some scenarios to play, or however you want. And what would a miniatures game be without miniatures? There's all kinds of miniatures you can get for this game. And what's interesting or unique about them is they don't follow one theme. You've got crazy monsters, you've got robot figures, angels, you've got characters from ancient Rome, you've got characters from way in the future, totally fictional characters. So all of them have their own unique stats, which you find on these little stat sheets here. And there's two sides to them, because you can play the game in a basic, more simpler mode, or on the other side they've got very detailed stats and special abilities you can use as well. And they each have their own unique point value. So you would come to the table building your own team of a certain number of points, and your opponent would do the same, and then you'd have your battle. And there aren't always just simply go in there and see who can beat the other person up. Sometimes you have to go capture a particular point, or you might have to go in there and hold something off for a certain number of turns. And that's usually how the game works. There's a certain number of turns the game will last. And once those turns are over, the game is over and you see who's won. Another interesting thing is you have these token pieces here, and these will go on the map as well in certain locations on the terrain. And then if one of your miniatures lands on that spot, they'll usually get some kind of benefit from it. And that benefit will either maybe boost that particular miniature or perhaps give your entire team a benefit. And some of these you will play them to the field upside down, so you won't know what they are until you capture them. And sometimes they actually have something bad on them, so you have to be careful. But all these sort of things provide you with different ways of playing the game and lots of replayability and variety. And then one little piece of trivia that's kind of interesting. Colby Dock of Plaid Hat Games, the designer of Summoner Wars, and Jerry Hawthorne, the designer of Mice and Mystics, and Bistro, the designer of Dungeon Run, and several other people who worked at Plaid Hat Games, how they met each other was through playing Heroscape. And they became, part of an online community, and they met there, and have gone on to do some pretty great things. So Heroscape can bring people together, I guess. So I think, Luke, are you almost finished setting up here?
Yep.
Excellent. So we're going to get our teams picked out, and we're going to start playing this game. Maybe we'll come back midway through the game and let you guys see a turn or two of how the game works. Okay, so things are not going so well for me, unfortunately. I have to protect this hive marrow here in the middle, and Luke's, of course, trying to destroy it. So what we're sort of right here between rounds, and at the start of a round, what you do is you take these little turn markers, and these are labeled 1, 2, 3, and X, and you place them on the miniatures that you want to activate during the following round. So I'm going to place mine right now.
Me too.
Because you're not going to be able to activate all of your miniatures every turn. And the X is a bit of a decoy, so that your opponent will see a marker sitting on one of these, but not know whether or not it's going to activate, or maybe it's just a dud with that X on it. The other sides, of course, are blank, so they can't see the order in which you're going to activate. And then once you're done, you roll a d20 to see who goes first. 17. Lucky Luke with 17. Okay, 3. A 3. So Luke will be activating first. Go ahead, Luke. Let's get them down the table. We'll show them how this works.
And for my turn, I'm going to use Major Q10 with his machine pistol special attack. Range 7. You count the spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There we go.
Hit biggie.
Yes, you can go for the big target.
And attack 2. win the attack, but I get to use it 4 times.
So when it says attack 2, what does that mean you get to do?
You get to roll the dice.
2 dice. So you go ahead and roll those 2 dice, and let's see what happens. Now the dice have different sides. Luke's rolled a shield and a blank. What he's looking for is to roll some skulls. He didn't roll any skulls, so there's no potential hit there. But he gets to attack 3 more times.
Let's see.
Attack number 2. All right, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Attack number 3. Oh, okay, so there's 2 possible hits. And I get to roll my defense. Now, my Marrow Hive has 2 defense, so I get to roll 2 dice. I want to see shields. Shields will block these attacks. Okay, so that's considered a miss, the skull I rolled, but the shield will block 1. So he does 1 more damage to my hive.
And you're dead.
2 more and I'm dead.
Okay, I gotta get these 2 scrolls.
1 skull. Okay, so I'm not going to be finished up this round. Okay, I rolled a shield too, so I was able to block it. But you're very, very close. So for my turn, I'm going to activate the Marrow Drudge. And I really need to take care of Q10 here. It's posing too big of a threat. So one of the things you can do besides attacking is you can move on your turn. They have movement stats as well. I'm going to move up to this location here. And this one's going to move in a little closer. Now the nice thing with the Marrow Drudge is they get an additional attack die if they're in the swamp water, which is these gray tiles here. You also get an advantage if you're at a higher level. So this guy's not getting the benefit of being in swamp water, but he's going to get an additional die because he's at a higher level. So I'm going to start by attacking with the guy at the higher level, and he's going to get to roll 3 dice. All right. 2 possible hits. So Luke gets to roll his defense.
Which is 5.
Oh, you rolled 1. Only 1 there.
Hit.
So you blocked 1. That means 1 damage is going to go on. The game comes with these little plastic tokens you put on your character's cards to track the damage. So now I'm going to get to roll again. So this time, this miniature is going to attack. Oh, 3 possible hits.
You could destroy me.
Could happen. Oh,
yes.
You got 2 shields at least. The other ones were skulls. So that's 1 more hit. How many more times can I hit you?
2.
All right, 2 more hits and you're done. So for my last attack, my last Marrow Drudge is going to roll right here. 2 possible hits. This could be it. Roll it right. 1 shield. But you survive because only 1 of those hits gets through. Okay, so I didn't defeat Q10, which means my hive is in pretty big danger. But look, that's just a quick glance at how Heroscape works.
What's that?
It's a box over there. Luke, maybe we should go find out what that is. One of the most incredible perks about doing this show is that we've had some very generous viewers send us games that they've enjoyed in the past, and they wanted to pass that enjoyment on to us. And Arjun Nair, one of our viewers, wrote me an email a little while ago and told me he wanted to send me a little collection of some game pieces that he had. I've already cut the top open, Luke. Why don't you go in there? There should be a letter on the top. See if you can find that.
Done.
All right, perfect. So I'm not going to read you this entire letter, but I do want to read you just the opening part here. It says, Dear Rodney, I hope you're doing well. Inside this box is one of my biggest and grandest games I've had in my board game collection, Heroscape. I have faith that you will enjoy it as much as I have in the past. Unfortunately, a couple years ago, I had to move and subsequently had to leave my old gaming group, who loved playing Heroscape. He basically goes on to say that in his new location, the new gaming group that he's with, they aren't really big fans of Heroscape, and so he has been going through his collection and culling some things and giving them away to people that he thinks might appreciate them. So he contacted to let me know that he had this collection of Heroscape figures that he wanted to send to us. So rather than unpack this massive box one bit at a time, we're just going to unbox it here, Luke. We'll lay them all out here and show you the incredibly generous gift that he gave to us as an early Christmas present. As you can see, this is an incredibly impressive collection of Heroscape stuff that Arjun had. I mean, just the terrain itself, there's...
And the minifigures.
And the miniatures. We're going to be able to build an incredibly impressive Heroscape terrain set. And the battles we can have. I mean, look at this. Crazy dragon, ogres, all kinds of figures. And it's great because these figures can be used for lots of stuff, not just for Heroscape. If you're playing a role-playing game or something, you need some miniatures. Obviously, there's a lot here to choose from. Arjun, what can you say?
Thanks a lot.
Yes, you can definitely say that. You should say that. And we do say that. Thank you so much for being so generous with us. I know that one of your key things you mentioned in the letter is you wanted to make sure that these went somewhere where they would be appreciated and taken care of. And we can commit to that, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we sure can. We'll make sure these get a good home and some good play time. Anyway, thanks again, Arjun, and thanks all of you guys for watching our series and supporting us. It's really incredible what you guys think up to do. Thanks so much. Until the next episode.
Thanks
for watching.